have a couple new beers rolling out. I wish I could tell you guys about them, but they're all secret. One of the things that draws people to Vennture is that we are a hybrid tap room and roastery.
Show host, and I'm here at Vennture Brewing Company in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We just got done after a couple of days of camping. We decided to check out the local spots and see what's up. Right off the bat, I could tell this place is really cool. Chill atmosphere, you got coffee, you got beers, and people are here working on their laptops, chilling out, doing their own thing. It's got this cool kind of study kind of vibe. I highly recommend it. Let's talk about their menu. I like to see this. You'll notice that you're not overwhelmed with a whole bunch of different selections. You got like a flip book of different beers. None of that. We've got a handful of selections, and we're gonna do a little taste test today. So we've got 7 different beers to try out today, and I'll share them with you. The first one is called Cash for Gold. It's a juicy IPA, they call it. 6.8% ABV. And they have a description. You give us cash, we give you gold. Dripping with Idaho 7, this IPA hits all the right notes. Pine, juice, black tea, and love. Low bitterness and lots of flavor. How can you even beat that? That sounds delicious. Without further ado, let's give it a whirl. That's really refreshing. I love it. Not a lot of that hoppy, overloaded, overwhelming, in-your-face IPA kind of stuff. This is really fruity, it's refreshing, and it coasts at that. So you're not overwhelmed with all that hoppiness, and it's nice and refreshing, perfect for the summertime. I really like this. I wouldn't be surprised if this is their flagship beer. That's Cash for Gold. Check it out. Next one we're gonna try in this taste extravaganza is called Bonilla For Money, with Sabro, Mosaic, and Strata. I believe those are all hops, different kind of hops, so that's great. 9.7 ABV, so this looks like a party starter. The description is as follows. If you don't know the mythical yet very real being known as Bobby Bonilla, you need to Google that, which I will. Wafting tropical fruits, subtle coconut, and dank undertones slide into your nose parts with smooth drinkability, making this a dangerously deceptive booze-laden beverage. Here we go. That's good. Refreshing. If you want a little bit something that hits a little bit harder, this would probably be a solid choice. So next up we've got what's called Super Dope, 6.3 ABV. Their description, they call it Citra and Mosaic hops are always a super dope combo, I agree, of dank resin and a soft black bitterness to get you ready for your next sip. That sounds enticing. This is super dope. It's hazy. So I'm picking up tartness, I'm picking up that typical kind of citrusy flavors. Nice little blend. We've got Venture to the Farm. They describe it as a rye farmhouse ale, 5.4 ABV, was brewed with the farm in mind. I like that. We used some local rye from the Grassway Organics and had it melted at Proximity Malting in the 5th Ward. We used farm-grown Cascade hops for some pseudo-Americana flavor and aroma. Extremely drinkable, and even more drinkable when you visit Grassway and have pizza on the farm. That sounds awesome. I'm gonna have to look into that. Venture to the Farm. Oh wow, that 5.4 ABV is nice and chill. It reminds me of like this floral kind of vibe. Next up, we've got Hold Music. So, they describe this one as a mixed ferment barrel-aged Saison, 7.3% ABV, bright red apple and sweet fruit with a funk flambe twist out of the glass. Zippy, tart, and a deep complex flavor from the rye, aged hops, and plethora of wild yeast and bacteria from our house culture. That sounds awesome. We matured the beer in red wine puncheons for months and brought it out when the liquid was tasting quite right. That sounds exciting. I'm excited. Are you excited? Hold music. Let's give it a whirl. Oh yeah. Yep, so I can definitely taste that kind of, that fruitiness, that signature Saison kind of style. Refreshing as well. I'm really intrigued by the description of the wild yeast and bacterias from their house culture. That's awesome. Cool. I like it. Next up, we've got the Heights. They describe it as a Saison, 5% ABV. They describe it as table beer for the neighborhood. Notes of citrus, clove, and mandarin orange. That sounds awesome. Super crushable. I love that. I love that expression. Super crushable. I'm gonna have to start using that. Let's give it a whirl. That tartness, it's right there in the driver's seat, and you're along for the ride, right, guys? This is it. For the last one, they have something that's really cool. They've got a guest tap called the Firemans Park Red. So it's a fermentorium red ale, 5.1% ABV. And here's a description. Sometimes you just want something with some malt and in a pint glass. This is that thing that you want. Drink one and give one to a friend. Okay, I can definitely do that. Want that rich red color? Let's give it a whirl. Something super chill, and I definitely would share that with a friend. Alright guys, so we went through that nice, carefully selected handful menu of beers and brews that they have here. Out of all of them, I think my favorite that I would recommend to you if you're in the neck of the woods, which I highly recommend you do, for me it's gonna be Cash for Gold. I liked it the best. It resonated with me the most. Refreshing, inviting. I guess I could see that easily as one of my go-to like during the week. Have something like that, something to chill with. Really flavorful, and I really like that one the best out of all of them. So while we were here, one of the brewmasters came on over and delivered a couple of brews for us, canned brews. So he delivered to us the Night Crew version 3, 2021. It's a barrel-aged anniversary stout. That sounds awesome. I'll definitely be trying this at some point. I really like my stouts during the winter time, so maybe I'll save it for the winter, or maybe we'll save it for another time and I'll let you know what I think. Second one, the brewmaster was kind enough to share with us. It's called the Brew. So, brew times 3, it has mango, peach, pineapple. That's a good combination. Right, so guess what? We decided to open it up, the brew times 3, and we're gonna check it out. Here's what it comes, right? That looks pretty good. I mean, it almost looks like juice. So we're gonna check it out. That is interesting. So check this out. We've got this big juice vibe. You want the juice? You're gonna get the juice. I definitely taste that fruitiness. You got the mango, that pineapple pops right out. Tasty, interesting, very interesting. I haven't tasted anything quite like this before. That's pretty cool though. It's something different, and that's what I really like. So I wanted to share with you that this place also has a bunch of different kinds of coffee. That's really cool, a brewery and coffee place. I mean, that's really awesome. So I'm gonna share with you some of their handwritten notes on some of the coffees that they offer in-house. That's so cool. Vennture Brewing, and for having me here, come on by and letting me do a nice little review on your brewing place.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about why you came here yourself as a patron, and what led you to start working here as well?
So one of the things that draws people to Vennture is that we are a hybrid tap room and roastery. So we roast all of our own coffee and we brew all of our own beer.
Mm-hmm.
We usually have a guest tap also on, which is fun to switch things up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But what drew me to here was the early morning coffees. I was a diesel mechanic for a while, and it was the only place open for like nurses really early in the morning, doctors, construction workers, etc.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a place for like the working people.
Absolutely.
So cool. And then you made the transition from patron and supporter to working here. How's that been?
It's been really, really fun, smooth. The three owners are Jake, Simon, and Rob. They're the kindest guys that you could ever hope to work for. So it's really nice working for them. I have really great employees that I can lean on to, or coworkers that I can lean on.
Yeah.
And we have like fun events all the time too. They actually hired me on this week so I can help with the Throwdown, which is a latte art competition that we have here. It's going to be citywide, very full of coffee nerds. And then Saturday is our 3-year anniversary party. So it's going to be about 1,000-person block party. We're going to have music, food trucks, everything you can think of.
So guys, you heard that. You're all invited. I want to see everybody there. Tell them Chicago Talk Show hosts. We may have to drive back up here for Saturday and check that out. That's going to be a blast. Have you ever been to one of those before?
Throwdowns, yes. I haven't been to our anniversary party yet. We had our 2-year one, obviously, a year ago, and it was very successful. We're expecting at least double the turnout. We have a couple new beers rolling out. I wish I could tell you guys about them, but they're all secret. Yeah, but the latte art competitions are really fun. We have like a lot of local brewery or roasteries in Milwaukee, and when they all come together, it's kind of really fun to see all the little cliques kind of form and just like
a coffee get together. It's community, right?
Absolutely, correct. My favorite beer right now, I love the Cash for Gold, which I know is your favorite too, Alex. And I also love the Super Dope. It's really crisp, super drinkable, really light, really bright, without being like too sour. I'm not super into sour beers, though we do them well here. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say thank you one more time. I really appreciate the hospitality because Milwaukee is just a stone throws away.
Absolutely.
Have them come on by and visit you guys.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much for coming out.
Thank you.